Hi, welcome to week 7 of our sign language classes. We've got a good mix of different words this week, so we'll just go ahead and get started. The first one we have is always. Always, you use the number 1 hand shape and you just go in a circle. So you go out and away from yourself and then pull it back around. Always. You're just making just a circle. Always. So you're going, if you're right-handed, your circle is going to the left of you and then coming back around. If you are left-handed, your circle is going to the right of you and going around in a circle. Always, always. And you can make it bigger for emphasis, like if you say, I always do that, like I always. So you can put a lot of emphasis into it. I have forever next to always because it's close to it. The way I learned it is to do the always and then put your Y hand and go forward. It's like you're taking the always and pushing it forward. So it's like continuing on into eternity. So you do your always and then take your Y hand shape and push it forward. Now that's the way I learned it. Left-handers. But I've also seen a lot of different ways to do it. You can touch the side of your temple or even just go right here to the side of your head and go like that. So you're touching the side and you're making a Y and going forward. For left-handers, you put it here and then your Y goes forward. Like I said, there's just different ways you can do it. So you can kind of pick and choose which way feels best for you. Breakfast is next after ask. I missed ask. Ask is, you remember your praying hands. So if you want to say pray or prayer, okay, but ask, you do your praying hands and you pull them towards you. So it's almost like the person is standing here and they want to tell you something. So they're asking you. And it's the same motion whether you're a right-hander or a left-hander. Now the next one is breakfast. I had learned breakfast with a B, as I've said before. We were taught to start the sign, if you could, with the letter that the word started with to kind of help students to understand which word you were talking about, to kind of, give it a special significance. And to help them to be able to spell better. So we had learned breakfast, just at your chin, breakfast, just gently. I have seen in all the books that I look, except my Signing Exact English book, I see eat. And if you remember eat or eat, depending on which hand you're using, eat, and then you do night with it. I'm sorry, we're doing breakfast. So it's eat with morning. I don't know why I said night. Eat with morning. Remember that when we get to dinner. So breakfast is eat plus morning. So the next one is because. Because is simply a hand shape like this, and you put it up at your forehead, and you're doing because. And you're kind of pulling it away from your temple. So, and if for a left-hander, it's the same thing. You're just pulling away on the opposite side of your head. Going to the opposite side of your head, rather. All right. So, the next one is be careful. Okay, so be careful. Be careful. So, what you're doing is you're taking 2 Ks. Your left one, if you're a right-hander, your left one is the bottom, is like the support, and the other K is on top, and that's the one that's doing the moving. Although sometimes, both my hands will move, and it's fine if they do, or if you just move the one. So, but you're just tapping them. Be careful. For a left-hander, you're going to put your left hand on top, and the right is going to be on the bottom. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Dinner is our next one. So like I've said, I learned it with a D at the side of your mouth, kind of at your chin, dinner. But everywhere I see, instead, I am seeing eat with night. Night. Eat and night. And I don't know if it matters, honestly, if you have the base of your hand, that's supposed to be kind of like your horizon. I don't know if it matters if it's in a fist or if it's straight out. The sign is in the handout is showing it with it flat out, like a horizon would be. And then your hand is kind of like in a cup shape, kind of like you're going to scoop something, like pretend that you're going to scoop some sand and dig a hole. So it's like that, and it's night. So eat plus night. So for left-handers, eat, your right hand is going to be that horizon, and your left hand is going to be that shape that's like scooping the sand. So night, eat, and night. Next one is directions. Directions is with 2 D's. So it's the same for left and right-handers. And you're just simply pushing, it's like you're pushing them forward. It's almost like, if like you're making like something move over there and you're using strings to move it. It's the same kind of thing. You're pushing and pulling. Kind of like you're working gears of a piece of equipment. So directions. And then the next one is doctor. Doctor, for a right-hander, you're going to put your arm out, and a doctor, takes your pulse like a nurse. So, and you do a D on your wrist. Doctor. And you are going to have your hand slightly down at an angle instead of just being flat out. But if you don't remember to put your hand flat out, I think all is not lost. I think it will still be understood that you're doing doctor. And then N would be for a nurse. It's the same thing. Doctor, nurse. So for a left-hander, you're just going to do it do the letter D or the letter N with that hand. And you're going to tap it. Doctor, nurse. Our next one is done and finish. Okay, so you got done and finished. I am done. I am finished. All you're doing is you're flicking your hands, your number 5 hands, and you're flicking them out away from you. Not pulling them to you, but flicking them out. Not that this is another sign that I know of, but you're going out away from yourself. Done, finished. I'm done with that. I'm finished with that. Now, if you want to say, what have you done today? You could just use your do. What have you done today? Or you could spell it. You'd have to spell it D-O-N-E, done. So either one. But like I said, if you're saying that you're completed with something, you're all done, you're all finished, there's no more, you're done with whatever task, you're done eating, anything like that. You're finished with the race, you're finished working. Anything that just applies to all of those words. The next one is every day. And I believe in our class we went over this in one of our sessions, one of our Zoom sessions. But I just wanted to make sure for those who didn't get it, you can get it here. So you're going to do like a letter A, but your thumb is going to be out. And you're just rubbing it. You don't really have to rub it. You just want to do it at this area, just like you do girl, but it's every day. Every day. You're just rubbing it back and forth. Whereas girl is 1, every day is more than just 1. And same with the left-hander, every day. All right, our next one is fine. Like, I am fine. His clothes are fine. Not fancy, that's a different sign, but, I'm feeling fine, so fine. And sometimes you will see it coming off of I was trying to look on our paper, and it does have it like this. I remember learning fine, but they've got it like this. So if someone asks me, how are you? I'm going to go fine, is what I'm going to say. But either way is correct. Our next one is food and eat. And I believe we've gone over these in our Zoom class, but we did not have them in a list, or I don't believe I've given any handouts with it. So eat is simply like you're holding some food in your hand and you're putting it to your mouth. Eat. and food. They are both the same. Now, we had learned eat and food with an F, but eat and food is the same thing. All right. Our next one is go. There's several different ways you can do go. You can do go. So you just got your two number one hands, and you're making them go. And you can make your hands go in the direction that you're talking about going. Like if you're saying that you're going to go over there, go over there, go over there, go over there. So that's the really neat thing I like about sign language. You can also do go. Go, you can do go like you're going in a circle, or go this way. Sometimes if I'm being sloppy, I'll do it just with one hand, go. All right, the next one is happen. Happen is once again with our number one hands. All right, and so you're going to start them out this way, like they're pointing up. The palms are pointing up, and you're simply going to turn them over. Happen. Happen. Happen, occurred, all of those synonyms. Happen. There you go. So happen. Then we've got hospital. Hospital, paramedics, I don't know if they still do, used to wear probably a patch on their bicep that maybe had a cross on it. So you take the letter H and you go down and over. You make that cross, a hospital. Hospital. I'm going to flip our page here. Yes, hospital. All right. Our next one is hurt and pain. And I have them both together, but I do have two different signs on your handout. Okay. So hurt is just your number one hands are just going towards each other. Hurt. It hurts. And you can put that anywhere. Your head hurts. Your ear hurts. Your knee hurts. Your foot hurts. Your nose hurts. I mean, anything. Your tooth hurts. Whereas if it's pain, then you're turning. You're turning those fingers towards each other. They hurt. They hurt. So can y'all see that? It's almost like to me, I started out with my left hand with the back of my hand pointing towards the person, and then the other one, it doesn't really matter which one starts out pointing each way. I think it's just whichever way it feels more comfortable. But what you're doing, the point of it all, is you're twisting. So you're adding that twist to it, because if it's pain, it doesn't just hurt. It's pain. It's pain. So you're just showing that there's a little bit of difference there. Our next one is left. There's two different, and actually I think there's three different signs for left. And I'm going to look on our paper to make sure I put all of them. Yes, good, I did. Okay, so you've got, you've got left and leave, because they're kind of like, you're going to leave something or you left it. So you got present tense, past tense, and future tense. So if you're going to leave an object, or you're going to leave a child, you're going to leave. I'm going to leave this book, sit right here. So all you're doing is you're taking your 2 5 hands facing each other, and you're going to leave it. All you're doing is it's almost like you got a ball here, and you're just throwing it down towards the ground. Okay, you're going to leave it. Leave it. You can also do it with one hand. I'm just going to leave that there. Leave. Leave. And the nice thing is you can also directionalize that, so you can leave something over there, leave it here, leave it over there, leave it up there. You can move it around. That's the really neat thing. Also with leave, if you're going to depart, okay, you're going to leave. Or if something leaves, if the pain leaves, or the pain leaves, it goes away, it dissolves. But leave. So all you're doing is you're taking your hands they're not perfectly flat, they're kind of curved a little bit, And this would be for a right-hander. You're going to start your hands at the left side of you, right around your chest area, and you're going to pull it away the other way to where the hands are then closed. Leave. And you can go this way, you can go up, you're going to leave out. It's just how, what the context is. And same for left. You're going to start your hands on the right side of you. Sorry, I have to stop and think about which side I'm talking about. And you're going to leave. And you can do it with hands going this way, or you can do them with them. They've got them showing like they end in an A. Leave. Either way is correct. All right. And then you've got left as far as a left direction, a left hand, your left foot, your left eye. Okay, so you're going to take the letter L and you're going to go to the left. And so you're talking about you're making a left turn, or you could say turn left, or just turn left. So left for a right-hander is simply going from the right side of the body over to the left side, left. And it doesn't have to be really big. It doesn't have to be really dramatic. Just a little left is all you need. If you're talking about a left turn, I would probably do it all in one motion instead of doing a left turn or, your turn, something like that. I would just do a left turn is what I would probably do, left turn. For a left-hander, you have to go to the left, and I'm assuming left. I'm not a left-hander, so whereas if you go this way, that's kind of going to the right, so I'm guessing maybe it would not be that way, but left is what I would guess. I am not a lefty. If someone out there is watching that is a lefty and knows, if you'd like to comment at the bottom, that would be wonderful. Our next one is look. So you can do this with one hand, you can do this with two hands. Okay, so you've got your number 2 hand, and they're facing towards your face. And it's like you're taking your eyes, this sounds really bad, but it's like you're taking your eyes out of your head, and here your eyes are now, and you're looking. People do this all the time. I see you, I'm watching you. This is a sign for look. And you can do both hands. I'm looking at you. It means the same thing. I'm watching you. Actually, I think this is watching, or just watching. But look, you can do it just one hand, or with 2 hands. And like I said, lefties, it's the same way. Left. Look. Sorry. Look. All right. Our next one is lunch. I, once again, had learned lunch. But lunch, a lot of times you'll see people do eat and noon. Okay, so you got noon, you got midnight. I can't really get my arm down that far to show you, I can't make myself tall enough to show you midnight. But noon. So you're eating at noon, so lunch. And then for lefties, eat and noon, so lunch. Our next one is maybe. So just like you can imagine, you're like, well, maybe. It's like you're weighing the options. This one or this one, well, maybe, I can't decide which one I want to do. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe. The hands are just going opposite. Maybe. Then we have meet as far as I will meet you, or it's nice to meet you. I think it's not for meat like a meeting, and it's not meat as far as the food that you eat meat. Simply that I'm going to meet someone. It's involving 2 people meeting. So you take your number 1s and they just come together. Meet. And the nice thing about this one is you can say a person was here, and they met. Or you can say a person from over here came here and they met me. Or you can say 2 people over here met. Or this person met over here. Or this person went here and met. You can, just totally directionalize it. And that's just one of those neat things that I think is really neat. All right, need and must. So must is with one swipe down, one solid, you must. It's almost like a need versus a want. It's like this is something that you've got to have. It's a must. And so left hand is one down. It's the letter X. I'm sorry, I just kind of went right into it and didn't really explain. Letter X, and you're going down. Must. Whereas need is two. I need this. It's not really something that you absolutely have to have. I need this. But I must have this. All right, our next one is never. So there's two different ways you can do never. You can either go this way and make like a question mark, or you can go the side of your hand and never. So all you're doing, I do more like the question mark because it kind of, I'm trying to think of the word. It really puts an emphasis. That's the word. It puts a really good emphasis on it. Like I'm never going to do that. Never. But you can. All you're doing is making like a squiggly line down. I just like to think of it as like a question mark. All right. Then we've got. Oh, sorry, for lefties. Our next one is pay attention. So if you can imagine someone who's not paying attention, what are they doing? They're looking all around. So you tell them pay attention. So all you're doing is you're taking your hands closed and you're telling them to pay attention. Pay attention. Remember is with an A hand, and then you have, for right-handers, you have an A hand with your right hand. You have the other A hand down here at the base because it's going to catch that A. So you put your thumb up here at your forehead, and then you bring it down here. Remember. And it doesn't have to come out. Just straight down to it. Remember. It's like you're taking something from your brain and you're putting it down here like you're going to remember it in the other thumb. But you're remember. So with left-handers, you're going to do the left A at your head, and you're bringing it down to the right hand. Remember. Then you've got right as far as the right direction. So you've got right and right. Okay, so your right direction, you take the letter R and you go to the right for right-handers. Right. So there again, if you're going to make a right turn, because this is the sign for turn, so I would think turn right, but you can also turn right, possibly. All right, so but you're going to the right. For left-handers, you're going to start at the left shoulder, and you're going to go to the right. Now, if you are right or you're correct about something, you're right. Yeah, that's correct. That's right. And you don't. I tend to want to hit it, but you don't have to. Just a small. That's correct. That's right. So that's for a right-hander. The right hand is what's doing the motion. So for a left-hander, your left hand is going to do that motion and hit the top of your right hand. Right. You're correct. You're right about that. Our next one is sign, as far as sign language. So you're doing your 2 number ones, and you're going to pull the sign. You're going to pull your hands towards you, not away from you, but pull them towards you. So you're simply making a circle towards yourself. So don't go this way. Don't go out away from yourself, but pull one hand and you're alternating them. So this is sign. Okay. So you're, like I said, you're pulling the right hand and the left hand. Right hand, left hand. Right hand, left hand. Sign. So that's just sign. And then if you want to do the language with it, that's sign, signing, sign language. It's all understood. But if you want to do sign language, you can do sign and then take your L's and they go out like language. Kind of like this is a sentence here. Okay, so sign language. All right. Next one is slow. So you're going to put your arm out. For right-handers, you're going to put your left arm out, and the right hand is going to go slow up the arm. I'm going to move this down a little bit so you can see it a little better. All right, so I have my hand out, and my left arm is out. My right hand is going slow up my left arm, just to say, I need you to slow down, go slow, speak slow, walk slowly, run slowly, just slow. Slow as a turtle, slow. It's almost like you're petting your hand, slow, if you will. All right, then we have, and for left-handers, I'm so sorry, left-handers. All right, put your right hand out, and you're going to do the same thing with your left hand. Slow, slow. And I don't think it matters if your thumb's in, your thumb's out. It looks like the thumb's out a little bit. Slow. Then we have sorry. You take the letter S, and you go around your chest. Your hand is going towards your left shoulder, and then coming back around. For left-handers, that circle is going towards the right shoulder and coming around. Sorry, sorry. And you just do a little circle. You don't have to do this big one. I'm sorry. Just a little circle. Just a little circle. All right, then stop. And this is a good one because you can really put a lot of emphasis in it. This is your hand that's going to catch the other hand. And you're saying stop. So you're doing a hand shape like this, and you're simply catching it onto the left hand. For left-handers, left hand is what's doing like the chop. And you can go stop or stop. Or you just go stop. You can put all kinds of emotions into it. All right, next one is tired. So you're going to put your hands here. And I feel like we have talked about this one because this is a sign for have. But then you're rolling them. And you can almost just roll your whole body. Like, I'm just tired. But you don't have to. It's simply tired. All you're doing is starting up and rolling your hands down. Tired. All right. It says on here, exhausted, fatigued, weary. Yes, I was looking to see if there was another one. And then understand is our next one. So all you're going to do is you're going to flick, and we have done several other signs where we've had to do like this. So it's the number 11 is what it is. We just learned our numbers last week. So it's doing a number 11 up here at your head. Put this up a little bit again. All right, so understand. Understand. I understand. 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 Then our next one is wait. 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 You can do it here, close to you. You can just wiggle your fingers. You can do it out here away from you. Wait, like waiting. You can do it like waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. You can really put a lot of emphasis in it. All right, so for left-handers, you're doing the hands. Your left hand is down a little bit more. Your right hand's up a little more. You're waiting. You can do it around in circles. It just depends on how much emphasis you want to put into it. Waiting, or I'm just waiting. Either one is correct. Water is the letter W, and it's at your chin, and you just tap your chin with water. For left-handers, water, water. Our next one is, our next one is what's up, but I do not have that one on my paper. I just realized. So, this is a sign for what's up. You take your 25 hands, you put them down, so your palms are facing down, and then you turn them up. What's up? What's up? What's up? I don't know that I've ever seen it with one hand. I think I've always seen it with two hands. What's up? And then you have with. The computer keeps turning off after a while. With, so you're taking two A's and you're putting them together. With. And then we have work. Work, this is the base, and you're working. It's two S's, and you're tapping the top one to the right one, to the bottom one, sorry. All right, with left-handers, you do your left S, and you hit the right S. Working. All right, then right, like you're going to write a letter, W-R-I-T-E, is right. So you're holding, it's like you're holding something really tight in your hand, and you simply are writing it. For left-handers, you simply are going to write. Just trying to get it in all different angles so you can see that really good. Right, right. And then we have wrong. So it's the letter Y on the chin. Wrong, mistake. I have learned that 1 is wrong, 2 is mistake, and rolling it is regret. So same with your left hand. Wrong, mistake, regret. Wrong, mistake, regret. So we have that you are right, and you can write. And then we have left, left, and left. So I know it can be confusing, so if you'll tune in to our sign language class, we can talk about it some more and answer any questions that everyone has. And if you ever have questions, put them at the bottom and I will try to answer them. Thanks a lot. You guys have a great week. See you next week. We have one more week. See you then.